Yo, yo, yo. What is up, everybody? Food Reviews back, number 3. Coming to you on a beautiful Wednesday. And we're just going to talk some sports. We're going to talk some football, man.
Yeah.
I've been itching to get on the mic with you, Greg. How was your weekend?
It was good. Saturday kind of sucked. But other than Saturday... Actually, it was not the best weekend. I'm not going to lie to you.
Why ever was it bad?
What's up?
I said, why ever was it bad?
Something to do with the Gators, but...
Like, something about 31 or 32.
I think we both guaranteed a 32 last week.
Yeah, shout out to Chauncey.
Yeah, someone called one of the radio shows that I work and said, every time he opens up his mouth, we get whacked. And you can't really, argue with that.
They're not wrong, but I don't think it's necessarily Chauncey's fault.
No, Chauncey had a pretty good game.
Yeah, he always does.
Should we get into that game?
Unfortunately, we should.
Yeah.
I know all the FSU fans are taking great joy in this, as I took great joy in almost watching them lose to Stanford last week. But I digress.
Yeah, I'm sure Cape's going to leave a nice little comment for us.
Hey, let's stick to the Gators for now.
Let's do it.
Let's be open. Let's have an honest dialogue. Let's just talk it through. What went wrong, in your opinion?
More like what didn't go wrong. First of all, I just want to say I'm kind of glad that I didn't allow myself to become emotionally attached to this year's team because I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. I didn't think we were going to lose to Kentucky clearly, but I knew this kind of stuff was going to happen all year. So I'm glad. I'm relieved. It doesn't hurt as bad. It was an easier pill to swallow. What went wrong? Well, let's see. The defense couldn't tackle at all. That was kind of a struggle.
Correct. Check.
Let's also talk about how when we're in a situation where time is not on our side, we take our time to get to the line of scrimmage and to get stuff off. It's like, hurry up, please. You're battling. I don't know how many times Franks would walk up to the line of scrimmage and then look over to the sideline for the play as the play clock's dwindling. Hike the ball, dude. But maybe it's a good thing he doesn't hike it because then he would just turn it over, honestly. So maybe I should just stop watching.
Covered with the heat already. Man, I think there were a lot of issues that we didn't see in week 1. I mean, honestly, probably just because we were playing an FCS opponent.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, the toughness on both lines of scrimmage is a real question mark. And I hate using the word toughness because it's so arbitrary. But you can actually just see the guys getting bodied, getting manhandled, and it's
bad.
And I don't think it's for a lack of want to. I just think. Mullen said it, they just haven't been coached that way for 3+ years now, and they're not used to practicing that way. And if you don't practice tough or with relentless effort, as he likes to talk about, it's definitely not going to show up on Saturdays, especially against a program that's been coming for you literally for 31 years.
Yeah.
Working very, very hard to actually instill toughness and a solid program with standards and such.
Yeah, I mean, Kentucky was just clearly better than us. That's another thing that kind of sucks to admit. Who was it that asked, who's Benny Snell?
It wasn't me.
Well, because whoever did on the team, I think, found out.
That was Voshon.
Voshon, yeah, he got ran over by him, actually.
Yeah, well.
So I think he found out. I think at that point, it's safe to say Voshon knew who Benny Snell was. Yeah, I mean, the defense didn't play well at all. We had 3rd and 16. We allowed a touchdown. I think I was telling people Kentucky could have ran the same play, but 4 variations of it, and they would have put 50 on us. And I'm talking about the fake pitch.
Yeah.
The pitch out to the right. He could have either kept it and ran like he did for a touchdown. He could have pitched it and it would have gone for a lot, or he could have faked the pitch and threw it like he did as well. So maybe 3 variations. I don't know. But anyways, the defense was awful. We couldn't tackle. We so many times would not even just miss the tackle, but we'd wrap the guy up and throw him forward. I don't know.
Right.
There were a couple plays where that happened.
Specifically, remember the Rayshad Jackson play on 3rd and 4 of the second to last drive that sprung Benny Snell for 20 yards. And I think they threw the touchdown 1 or 2 plays after that.
Yeah, which was also just egregious. The amount of time we couldn't get any pressure on the guy at all. And credit to Terry Wilson, he's good. He can throw it too.
The thing is, though, I don't know if he is, dude.
Well, he made a couple throws. I'll say that. The interception to CJ was bad.
He definitely made plays. He's definitely fast. Definitely faster than I thought. But we just could not sit the edge. I don't even. And people, I guess I guess I didn't believe CC being gone would be that like would make that much of a difference, but like I guess it really did, honestly, because I felt like if he was there, a lot of those plays would have been a little more disciplined. There wouldn't have been as many escaping for the pocket, running for 25, 30 yards as there was. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but when arguably your best defensive player is suspended, that's kind of what happens.
How about in my opinion, the best play call of the night was the 2-point conversion that we weren't able to execute. It was the best play call of the night. I mean, it was just masterfully done. We basically run the same play before. Kentucky's not expecting us to run the same exact play, go for 2. Mm-hmm. Davis comes in motion right in front of Franks. I mean, not that this would have mattered. Comes right in front of Franks, and he doesn't even look at him. It's just unbelievable. And then post-game, he has the audacity to say, like, oh, I think the reporter was asking him, was he the intended receiver? Was he the number one target? And he was explaining some football jargon and said, you know what, actually, it would be too hard to explain.
He said, it's a progression read.
Yeah.
It's probably too hard to explain. The thing is, as I understand it, and I could be wrong, I could use different terminology, but as I understand it, a progression read is you read from one side of the offense to the other, and like my friends who were at the game, they said, I'm not sure if he even looked at Davis. I promise you, if you watch the game on TV, he stared him right in the face with the ball ready to throw, and he made the progression read all the way back over to the left to Ciante, who was running a corner route.
Yeah.
Ciante, our worst receiving tight end, tried to make Odell backwards over the hand.
Yeah, and the ball was underthrown.
Catch because it wasn't a great throw to begin with, but not that it wouldn't even matter if we didn't make the 2-point conversion, but it's frustrating.
Yeah,
I don't like. People are like, I like when Franks yells at the offensive line. I like when he gets chippy with them. I like when he gets snippy with reporters. Like I don't like that. I don't appreciate that.
I've never liked Franks, honestly. So he's not helping his case, in my opinion. But also, I actually forgot what I was gonna say, which is probably a good thing, because it was just gonna make me more mad. So
yeah, man. I think the rebuild in general is going to take just definitely longer than a lot of us thought. It's definitely a mentality / culture thing, and I think a lot of progress has already been made, but I think it was the kind of intangible progress that doesn't necessarily show up on the field, as far as work ethic, but the toughness and the mental toughness, which again, I hate saying that because it's just buzzwords. It's coaching talk.
Yeah, you sound like a coach.
I know, but I guess, it has to be.
It's real. No, but you're right.
Explanation. Yeah.
It wasn't there. Someone said, someone called in the show again, one of the radio shows, and was saying that maybe if we didn't play Charleston Southern week 1, we just didn't have that game, they'd come out with a little more effort and a little more sense of urgency, but we're just not a good football team.
I think you even saw it during Charleston Southern. Guys, they just weren't pushing anyone around, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just, it is what it is, and what I don't understand is I do believe Mullen knows what he's doing as far as game planning and strategy and such, but you just can't rely on Franks to throw 40 times a game. You just won't win any game doing that. And I understand that maybe the offensive line they're not great at run blocking. That's not their strategy, but if we are going to take Jordan Scarlett as our bell cow, our main back, he's been very vocal in the past about needing multiple snaps a game to get into a rhythm. He said that was his biggest problem in 2016 when they were doing the stupid four-headed monster thing.
Yeah.
He said he couldn't get any rhythm going because as soon as he had a good run, and he did have a few good runs in the game, they took him out on the very next drive.
Yeah,
They took him out on the or whatever it was. So
yeah.
If that's the guy you want to use as your primary back, you have to allow him to establish a rhythm.
I was going to say, I completely agree with you with the running backs, but I would also say that is true with the receivers. Van Jefferson and Trayvon Grimes, they're our best receivers. Those guys need to be getting the ball 5-6 times a game. And I get the whole, get the ball to everybody, and, that makes the defense respect everybody. I completely understand that, but let's just, and Kadarius Toney, too, let's, try to get the ball to our playmakers. That's what's frustrating to me. And I know Mullen understands his offense, and I know, I'm sure there are guys open at every single play, and Franks just isn't seeing them, but just, we should be trying to get the ball into the hands of our best players.
I don't even think we can blame Franks at this point. Maybe for the 2-point conversion, but he played well enough to win that game. And
he played well in the first half. Second half, he didn't do anything though. And I mean, the play calling in the second half was pretty bad. I remember they would come out. I think Kentucky went up either 14-10. I'm not sure if it was the 14-10 lead they had or the 21-10 lead, but we're coming out. We're just throwing the ball down the sideline like 4 verticals, NCAA football style.
Yeah,
and I mean, yeah, that's not on Franks because those are hard passes. Those are low percentage passes. But like, I don't know. I mean, I do wonder though if it's just time. If Dan Mullen doesn't see Franks as the quarterback of the future, which I think it's fair to say he isn't, maybe it's time to let's just see what Trask can do. Like, I'm not saying start him. Can we just put him in for a couple series like with the first team to see what he can do, please? That's all I ask.
I don't know, man. Mullen already told us it's Franks. He's the guy. It's not going to change until he plays himself out of it. He just hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, I know. It's just he doesn't do anything spectacular. He doesn't do anything to like help the team that much. I think Trask would be just as fine in his shoes.
This has to be a running team first. You're not going to win games with Felipe Franks.
Problem is the O-line's pretty bad, so the whole let's run the ball first thing isn't really working.
You got to find a way to scheme around that. Like, maybe we just run it to the outside more. Maybe we're an outside tackle running team.
I don't know. Maybe we just
get the screen pass game going more. Like, how many screens did we throw in that game?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Maybe we should just punt on first. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe let's just preview next week's game.
Yeah, before we have aneurysms over here.
Too late.
Yeah, the games aren't that great this week, as we were talking about pre-show. We have a couple. I think they're better than week 2, but if anybody's wondering.
Sorry.
Which game do you want to start out with, though?
Let's start with our game, Colorado State versus Florida in the Swamp. Give me your thoughts, Gregory.
I mean, not much to say. We'll win. Actually, you know what though? It's not a guarantee we win. Colorado State I think they beat Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Fighting
comeback?
Mike Bobos? Is he still the head coach there?
I don't believe so.
Former Georgia.
Colorado State, yeah.
So they're gonna come in excited. We won't. We're gonna come in lethargic. I'm assuming. Oh, woe is us. We're not that good. What are we gonna do? It's gonna be a slow start. I mean, guaranteed gonna be a slow start. I'm just glad I'm not gonna watch this game because I'm gonna be working. So I'm actually happy. I don't have to watch it. Those are my thoughts.
All right. So give me a score prediction real quick, just off the top.
27-10.
Okay. I got you. No, I think you're right. I think we'll win. It's not going to be resounding, I don't think. And this is a game where we have to be able to be ready to play like all 4 quarters, like literally the whole clock. Because Colorado State, even week 1 against Hawaii, like they were down like literally like 45 to like 20 or something, and they came back and they made that a one possession game in the 4th quarter. And they did the same thing against Arkansas last week. I think they were down 14 in the 4th quarter and came back and won that game. So this is a game that we can't relax for at all at any point during the game, no matter what the lead is, because they're going to throw it around the yard, and especially with losing Marco Wilson, which breaks my heart, which we didn't talk about at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think trading who will be his replacement will be ready to go. I think you'll see CJ get some more picks, which I'm happy about. I think CJ might be the best player on our roster at this point, CJ Henderson.
Yeah, he's good. It's a shame Marco got hurt because that duo.
It's a damn shame. Yeah. Anyway, score prediction, I'll say 34-24.
Okay. I mean, I'll take it, I guess. Beggars can't be choosers at this point, so.
Yeah, I'll be happy for a win.
Yeah.
How far we have fallen. All right, let's hit some of these other games.
What was the one you wanted? I completely forgot the one you wanted to talk about first.
No worries. Let me pull it up. Those are week 2. I think it's worth mentioning at least that we chose terribly for the week 2 games.
Yeah, we did. It's okay. That's what week 3 is for, bounce back week.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember the first game you wanted to talk about was Florida State, mighty Florida State, traveling up north.
Yeah, in the Caribou Dome, baby. Yeah. Man, I don't think it's unreasonable to say Florida State's definitely going to lose this game. Like, their defense couldn't even get a hold on Samford last week. which is they needed a late fourth quarter interception to really seal the deal, and that's when the embarrassing backpack came out.
How bad is that?
That's a bad look, guys. There's no way around that. I don't care if it's securing the bag. I don't care if it's a $500 backpack. You just can't have your boys wearing Dorks or the bags on the line. Anyway, though, I digress again. I think Syracuse's offense is really, really good. I'm a huge believer in Tito Favors and their quarterback Dungy. He brings an attitude that you just don't see a lot from a pocket. He's not like a pocket passer, but he is. I don't know. He's really not afraid to run the ball and run it stupidly to the point where he's probably going to get hurt at some point this year. But I enjoy watching him do it.
Josh McCown style.
Yeah, man. I just don't think Florida State's defense is going to be ready for this. And I don't know if their offense can score enough against a Syracuse team that's going to be really fired up. A crowd that's seen what Florida State's done already this season is going to be hungry for the home team to get dubbed.
Yeah, Syracuse is not a joke. It's tough to play up there. I don't see Florida State winning that game at all.
Yeah. But, hey, we're just homers. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's hit the next one.
Let's take a look at Auburn LSU. You want to do that? SEC just means more.
It does just mean more. This is at Auburn, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, man. I think the Auburn Tigers get this one. Definitely a low-scoring game. Definitely a lot of turnovers. Probably just a lot of running the ball. Man, I don't even think there's that much to say. I think it'll be pretty close, honestly. I don't think Auburn will blow them out by any stretch of the imagination, but I think Auburn's a better team here, the better coach team, and it's at home. That's a huge advantage.
Yeah, you said better coached. I agree there. Eddie O. I mean, we'll see. I think he's going to screw up at some level. Crazy to me though how Auburn is a 10-point favorite. I think that's pretty steep, but should be a good one. Yeah, I'm going to be there actually, so I'll have a front row seat for the SEC game of the week. I'm just looking for a good match. Like you said, a lot of running the ball, a lot of rednecks. That's my prediction. A lot of running the ball and a lot of rednecks. So
yeah,
that's all I got for that one.
Auburn by less than 10 and rednecks.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's keep it in the SEC. We got Alabama versus Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is actually decent. I didn't expect that.
I don't know, man. They almost lost to an FCS team last week too.
Oh, maybe I didn't pay attention to their week 2. Well, they won 76-41. So I don't know if that's all I was listening, but they can put up points. They put up points against Texas Tech. I don't know if that's impressive or not. But let's be real. Alabama's just going to steamroll them.
Yeah, dude. Tua Tagovailoa versus Ole Miss's defense is going to be a slaughter fest. Alabama by a lot. By the over, whatever the line is.
Yeah.
Going up.
Bama is 21-point favorite. Go ahead and take that, I would suppose.
Yeah. Yep, I will take it. All right, let's come down to this one. This is the last game we get before Urban's back on the sidelines, so we're really going to cherish this. Ohio State, or TCU visiting Ohio State. How are we feeling about this one?
This one's actually in Cowboy Stadium.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
In Arlington. How dare you forget about Jerry World. I don't know what to expect with this one. TCU's not bad. Ohio State's really good. I think Ohio State will win.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, I think Ohio State steamrolls them.
Yeah.
I don't think this one's particularly close either.
Yeah, I don't think TCU's going to be able to stop Ohio State once, let alone twice, let alone 3 times. Which is probably what it would take to win that game, to stop them at least 3 times. So.
Yeah, TCU is definitely a second half of the season type of team. Usually takes them a while to figure stuff out, especially defensively. So, yeah, I'll take this one as well. You want to hit some Pac-12 games?
Yeah, let's do. I thought you never ask.
Talk about the Pac-12. All right, Utah at number 10, Washington. What do you think?
Washington's good. I have no clue about Utah. I know nothing about Utah. That goes for more than just football. Mm-hmm. I'll take Washington. I'll take the Huskies to get it done.
Man, I'm going upset.
Oh.
Utah taking this one. No doubt in my mind.
No doubt in your mind. This is your lock it in pick of the week.
Yeah. So Utah, they're all just like slightly undersized, but they're just very mean. I don't know.
Which is weird. You'd think the Mormons wouldn't be mean, but
I don't know how many guys on that team are
BYU, I'd actually be pretty comfortable saying BYU's entire roster is probably Mormon, but maybe not Utah.
Mm-hmm. I just don't think Washington is a team that's built to stave off every upset that they're going to come up against. So This is one for me. All right, and one more. We're gonna cap it off with this one because Herm Edwards has been exceeding expectations to this point. But I don't know, man. San Diego State could be a bit of a trap game. What do you think?
Know nothing about San Diego State. I do love me some Herm Edwards. Big win, coming off a big win. I think they take care of business. Possible, you did say trap game. I agree with that. They have Washington the next week. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. I'm taking them to win, but it'll be close. It'll be close.
This is away. This is at San Diego State.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? Herm has turned me. I'm a believer. I'm going to go with the Sun Devils, baby.
All right, there we go. So, a little Pac-12 action. Also, let's just talk about it really quickly. Danny Cannell. I don't understand why they can't just, wait and see if the weather's okay and to play the games. Dude.
So, I would anticipate most of our listener base are Floridians from Florida, live in the state of Florida. Yes. So, I think they kind of understand the logistics that go into preparing a hurricane. And Danny Cannell is no exception to this. As a Floridian and a Florida State alum, I know he understands how this works.
Yes.
So this kind of makes me believe that he's doing this for clickbait, and it clearly works. He got ratioed on Twitter, meaning his replies far exceeded the number of retweets and favorites he got, which kind of tells you whatever you said was just dumb and very, very wrong.
Yep. Yeah, he's just a douche. I just kind of wanted to say that.
Good job. I think that pretty well sums it up.
Yes.
All right, man. Let's hit the NFL.
Yeah, let's do it.
Give me your thoughts from week one.
Week one, the Bucs shocked the world. Ryan Fitzpatrick had a hell of a game, threw for 400 plus yards. I don't think anybody expected that, so that was pretty cool. Steelers Browns, an exhilarating tie up in Cleveland, and just not much to talk about. The Bills are horrible. Nathan Peterman's passer rating actually increased after an incomplete pass. I'm not sure how that happens, but it happened. And lastly, I just like to get off my chest. Who's the head? Matt Nagy, the Bears head coach. Mm-hmm. Possibly the two worst play calls I've ever seen in my entire life. Cost the Bears that game. It's all on him. And my vent is complete.
Understandable. Let me ask you, is there a quarterback controversy in Tampa now?
There shouldn't be, meaning it should be Fitzpatrick's job. I mean, I was telling my friends, we were all talking about during the game. If Jameis was playing, he guaranteed would have thrown 2 interceptions that game. Guaranteed. Not even a question. Fitzpatrick looked really good. The offense was explosive. The fact of the matter is, you go on the road and you beat who most people thought were going to win the division, who still, probably will. You beat them on the road, and you really take it to them with your backup quarterback, and he played like a starter. You got to let him keep playing.
I think this game is a straight shootout, and I think what gets lost in that is that requires your defense also being really bad too. Mm-hmm. So if that trend continues, I think eventually Ryan Fitzpatrick will regress to the mean, meaning being pretty average to below average quarterback, and that probably won't go super well when the defense stays pretty terrible too. But hey, it was fun for week one.
All right. Well, negative Nancy over there. I mean, I'm trying to be optimistic with some football this year. So
I'm sorry. Here, I'll be optimistic about my team real quick. We had a good quality loss to the Jaguars.
It's a resume building loss right there.
Giants went down. The Giants went down 20-15. I mean, I don't want to blame Eli, but he missed 2 wide open throws that were 2 guaranteed touchdowns for Odell. Just sad. I mean, and it probably wasn't so much his straight up. It's not like he had a bunch of time. He just straight up missed the throw. Both of them, he had I can't pronounce it very well. Yannick Ngakoue, literally in his mask, so tough throws to make. But I mean, I'll be blatant homer. I feel like Odell won the matchup. Ramsey had to tackle him at one point to prevent a touchdown. Back four. He went for 11 receptions for 111 yards. I think it just goes to show that Odell will get his no matter who he's coming up against. I
agree. That was a boring game. It was actually on in Gainesville. We got that game instead of the Bucs and Saints. Yeah. I was a little disappointed. Week 2. Looking ahead to week 2 here. The Bucs host the Eagles. That's a pretty good matchup. Your Giants are playing on Sunday night as usual against the Cowboys. No one wants to watch that game. I hate to break it to you, but nobody wants to watch the Giants and the Cowboys play.
I mean, I just don't understand why the Cowboys still get this like benefit of the doubt America's team thing. Like they haven't been good in forever, honestly. Like even when they had their 11-win season where they went to the playoffs with Dak, like they still just weren't that good. Like
no, and I've always said Dak's overrated. I just want to put that out there.
And he's making it like very, very clear this year, unfortunately. Yeah. But I guess not for me, but for Dan Mullen. For his
why can't we get like Patriots Jags Sunday night,
I mean, I would rather watch that game, but I mean, it's just Sunday night in Jerry World. You got to have Giants Cowboys. NFC East divisional matchup.
I guess, I suppose. Anything popping out of you for week 2 here?
Let me take a look at the schedule real quick. Yeah, I think you mentioned Jags at Patriots, and I believe that is in Duval. So that, to me, is the most interesting game of the week. Yeah. What do you think for that? Who do you see coming out on top?
I don't know. The Jags were a little disappointing week 1. I don't think the Giants are very good. But Saquon looked really good, by the way. But anyways, I don't think the Giants are very good. I was expecting them to kind of win that pretty easily. They didn't, but then again, it's the NFL. So, every week is a tough game. I think the Patriots win, but I think it's close. I think it's a very close game.
Yeah, I'm actually going to agree with you on this. I think the Patriots probably win. I was surprised about the final score of the Jags game. I thought it probably had a little more to do with Leonard going down. I think we forgot that. He went down right before the second half.
That's true.
They were stuck with TJ Yeldon the whole game. All that tells me about week 2 is he probably won't be 100%. Hamstring injuries are tricky because that's not something you can just like play through. Like that actually really affects like your movement. And I think you saw in the first half that like Leonard was straight up just running through the Giants. Like he's averaging like 7 yards per kick and just basically getting whatever he wanted, falling forward for like 4 yards every single play. So if he is anything less than 100%, I see the Patriots winning a close one here. I think the Jaguars D is still like really legit, but as we know, the Patriots can scheme around basically anything.
Yeah, should be a good game. And like you said, Duval. I'm so sick of that. By the way, Jags fans in general are starting to annoy me with the whole Duval thing. It's like, just chill.
On, man. You got to embrace Duval.
Nah, I won't. I just won't. Maybe I'm jealous. Maybe I'm just jealous because Hillsborough County, you can't say like, Hillsborough. I mean, I guess I just did, but
yeah,
that's not going to catch on. That's not going to catch on. So
Duval.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Chiefs Steelers. I think that's an interesting one.
Yeah, that is.
What do you see out of that?
What do I see? Where is that game? Let's see. Let's take a look. That's in Pittsburgh, Heinz Field. Mahomes played pretty well week 1. That was nice to see the changing of the guard a little bit in Kansas City. I think I think the Chiefs win that game, honestly.
Yeah, I'm agree with you. I don't think it says a lot about the Steelers that the Browns are able to pull off a fourth quarter 14-point comeback. I don't care if it was raining. I don't care if it was in Cleveland. I don't think the Browns are very good still, but the Steelers found a way to turn it over a bunch of times, and the only reason they won that game was because they gave them a bunch. J. Watt just took over that by himself. The Chiefs offense looked electric against like a pretty good Chargers defense, so I expect a good showing from the Chiefs here.
Yeah, it should be a good game. Should be a good game.
What else we got here?
Raiders, Broncos. John Gruden, tough loss week 1 for him.
This is a battle of like pretty teams, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I don't know a lot of faith in John Gruden either, so I'm going to go Broncos.
Yeah, I agree with you. Bucks Eagles. What do you think after that? That's a pretty intriguing matchup.
Is that in Tampa Bay?
It is.
Who cares? It's the Eagles either way.
I don't know. Eagles didn't look that great week 1. I know Atlanta's good, but I would not be shocked. I mean, it's not Philly's offense is not explosive. It just isn't.
Yeah, not with Foles.
Yeah, not exactly. Not with Nick Foles. BDN as people call them. I got the Bucks. I'm going with 2-0 with the Bucks. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling this. They're not going to be mediocre this year. Or if they are, it's going to take a while. If they are mediocre, it's going to take a little while to become mediocre. So, this is my prediction.
I really hate to break it to you, but I just think the Eagles are, a pretty solid roster. I think Doug Peterson is a pretty good coach, so I'll take the Eagles in this one.
All right. Well, we will agree to disagree.
Fair enough. All right. How about Vikings-Packers? Interesting divisional matchup. Aaron Rodgers coming off an injury. You don't really know if he'll play yet. What do you think?
Packers broke my heart week 1. Just wanted to say that again. Shout out to the Bears for choking. But Vikings are good. The Vikings are good. I think the Vikings are going to win that game. I mean, if Rodgers doesn't play, there's no question.
Dude, I don't know how good they are. I haven't fully bought into Case Keenum yet. I don't know. I mean, I guess.
Well, Case Keenum's in Denver now.
You're right.
Case Keenum actually sucked it up for the Broncos on Sunday.
That's embarrassing. Bleep. Can you bleep that out?
Yeah, we'll
put in Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Just say Kirk Cousins once, and I'll go in and I'll edit it back into it.
All right, Kirk Cousins.
There we go.
All right, yeah. Man, I don't know if I'm a huge believer in Kirk Cousins yet, but I'm also not a huge believer in anyone on the Packers except for Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. So I think it's very dependent on whether or not he'll play. I do believe he will. Therefore, I believe the Packers will win here. But if he does not, this is overwhelmingly a win for the Vikings.
Yep, I agree on both points. I concur.
How about that? We agreed.
How about that? That looks to be kind of it for the NFL. Seahawks Bears is actually pretty intriguing. Monday night.
That's old Super Bowl matchup.
Yeah.
Man, I think the Bears could actually stop the Seahawks here. I don't think the Seahawks are very good.
The Bears looked. The Bears were. Good. They looked so good the first half. Khalil Mack. I think it's safe to say they made the right decision getting him. Trubisky looked good the first half. Yeah, when it was time to go out and win the game when they were down 1, he didn't. But there was no way they were going to win that game anyways after all that happened. Yeah, I think the Bears win.
Me too. Me too, brother.
All right, well, it's about 30 minutes. We're at our limit, I would say.
Yeah, boys. I think we really hit the nail on the head this week. It was a good episode. Lots of content. #content.
Yep, as always.
Continue to follow, subscribe, like the video. Hit us in the comment sections. Create some burner accounts. Add us on Twitter. Tell us how terrible we are.
Yeah, Cape, looking at you.
I would appreciate that from the bottom of my heart.
As would I. Well, we will see you guys next week, I guess, right?
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, y'all.
Yep.
Take it easy.